Happy New Year, everyone. This is Tracy Allen, the Cremation Lady, and I am excited for another year. We are now into 2025. Isn't that crazy? So listen, come here. Listen. We're going to talk about some things that you need to do for 2025. And every year you should be doing this one thing, which is updating your information. Get your stuff together. All right? So now listen, let me start here. I want to first say my condolences to the people in New Orleans that lost family members, friends, and stuff like that due to somebody that, I don't know, I'm assuming maybe he was a veteran, so I'm assuming that maybe he had some sort of PTSD kick in. I hate to hear it. But these folks were out there having a good time in the streets, minding their business and, enjoying the new year. And some of these people, they didn't make it. This guy, he drives through people, so he runs people over. And then he's now, folks like that. And then he also had things that make things go kaboom. Now, I'm trying to be sensitive so that I don't say the wrong thing to have my video get flagged or something like that, but you guys understand what I'm saying. It was a lot that was going on, and he was there to cause some major damage. And so I'm so sorry for the people that are dealing with all of this mess now. At the same time, you have to understand, when I'm talking about pre-planning, it's stuff like that. Who expected that? Not one of those people that went out that night expected anything crazy to happen. So we go living about our little lives, going on, doing what it is that we do, and then we just don't know the madness that may be around us. I always tell people, I'm old, so I can say this. I always tell people that life really reminds me of Mr. Magoo. And again, I'm old, so I know about Mr. Magoo. So you'll have to look it up if you don't know who I'm talking about. But Mr. Magoo was this cartoon that used to come on back in, I guess, the 60s. And Mr. Magoo, he would be driving, and he couldn't see well. He's an old man, and he couldn't see well. So he'd be driving. He'd running folks over. He'd ride on telephone wires. He's oblivious to the dangers that surrounds him and the dangers that he's putting other people in, right? And that's really how we live, because every day we wake up, we go moving about our lives, and every day, that's why throughout the day, you guys, I'm not like some religious freak or anything like that, but I am a believer, and I do believe of being thankful. So all throughout the day, I try to say, thank you. And just as a little personal secret, my number is 11. So anytime I see 11, I just say thank you, whether I say it out loud or inside, but I just want to say thank you throughout the day, because we live where, okay, if you didn't fall down the stairs, if you didn't trip in the shower and fall and bust your head, if you didn't drop something that comes out of your cabinet and hits you on the head, or whatever the case may be, whenever a knife falls onto the floor and it misses my foot, I automatically say thank you. Thank you. Because we just are not aware of the many things that can take us out every single day. And so being that I understand that is one of the reasons that I wanted to make sure that I have a plan. For me being a breast cancer survivor, I didn't expect to get breast cancer. So as we live, we don't know when our health is going to change, and we don't know who around us is going to change and flip out and do something nutty. Okay. So that's the importance of having a plan in advance. And so again, if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s on up, and you have some things put in order, go back, revisit those things, and update that information. Like if you want to, if you've got a life insurance policy, don't be like this one guy that I heard about. He had a life insurance policy he had put in place like 20 years ago. And I guess he didn't get along with his family back then. But anyway, he only had put down his ex-girlfriend. At the time, he was with a girl, and he put her down as the beneficiary. 20 plus years later, he dies, And the girlfriend who he had broken up with many years prior, she's the recipient of the money. And so now the family was trying to contest that because they're like, hey, he wasn't even with her when he died. But he never changed his will. So if you don't go in and update your information, who's going to get your stuff, right? And of course, you'll be dead. It won't really matter to you because you'll be dead. But if your goal is to leave this world in a better place than what you found it, or leaving it the best that you can, and you have people that you care about, you don't want to do that to them. You don't want to leave something that you intended for your daughter that maybe you didn't have at the time, right? Maybe after he left that relationship, maybe he had children. I don't know all his situations, so don't ask me. But if he had children since then, he may have wanted his children to get something, but the money went to that ex-girlfriend. Okay, so you have to go back and review stuff like that. Go look at your life insurance and stuff. And what about your health directive? Have you filled one of those forms out to say whether you want to be resuscitated if it comes down to something like that? You can't be like this one guy, this one story that I heard about where this guy, it was a court TV show or something like that. And this guy was suing a paramedic because the paramedic saved his life. And the deal was the dude that was dying had DNR written on his chest, tattooed in his chest. And so that stood for do not resuscitate. Well, he felt like that paramedic should have known. Paramedic's like, I don't know if that's his initials. I don't know this guy. So you can't just expect anybody to know that stands for do not resuscitate. You got to do stuff the right way. So making sure that you are clear about what it is that you want. And again, you want to make sure that when you are writing information down, like let's say you get a little notebook or something, get a little notebook and start writing down the things that you need to check off, writing down the changes that need to be made, and just keep a notebook of things that need to be updated and stuff like that. And do it in pencil. I know we don't use pencil that much anymore, but pencils. Use a pencil because as times change, maybe you might change your mind about something. So I wanted to talk to you today about doing this type of stuff, updating that information. And put my glasses on so I can look sophisticated and actually see. So I have a book here, and this is my little guidebook, so that when I die, this book has information on what my family needs to do, and it will help them out. So inside it has my name, it has my contract number, and then the first couple of pages has a lot of information on what needs to happen when a death occurs. And like it'll have helpful tips on arranging a memorial service. And then it's got areas for you to fill in information like your bank accounts, your financial institutions, your bills and credit cards, your health insurance, your life insurance. Who is that stuff with? It also has letters to like sample letters that can be sent out to companies and organizations to let them know that you're no longer here. So your family will be able to have access to all of this. You just want to make sure that you have this stuff written in, and bank accounts, safe deposit boxes, and things of that nature. And then in the back of the book, I love the back of the book, because if my family wants to have some sort of memorial service for me, this area back here that's all about me, they'll be able to take the information and it'll make it a lot easier if they want to know what my favorite songs were, my favorite colors, my favorite poems, flowers, religious passages, quotes and psalms, books, all of these different things. And so in here, I take time to start filling information out, okay? And this is my sample book, so I guess I could show you guys. So, because I was like, I don't want to be showing y'all nothing that y'all ain't supposed to see. But like favorite, oh, I hear the baby. Favorite television shows. So for me, I got like Sanford and Son, and what else I got here? Parks and Recreation, Third Rock from the Sun, Reaper. I don't know, I'm a little strange. Better Off Ted, Living Single, Abbott Elementary. So all of that stuff should really be written in pencil, but you know, again, this is my demo book. So my real book, I do use pencil, because I might want to add more. I might want to take something out. But you want to update this kind of information and have it ready and just put everything together so that when the time comes, people that you love don't have to run around trying to figure stuff out. There was a scene on the TV show Dr. House, and there was this couple, the nurse Amber. She passed away, and her guy, another doctor, I can't think of his name right now, but she passed away. And that scene of him walking into her apartment, and they just showed her apartment, and it was nicely kept. It was nice and neat, organized, clean looking. And he walked in and he laid down on her bed. But that scene really touched me because I thought about that moment that somebody that I love has to walk in if they find me, you know, if I die here or wherever it is that I die. Because, yeah, it wasn't about her dying at home. But, yeah, just the fact that once you're gone, there has to be a different presence in the home. And so when somebody comes in, and let's say it's here, this little apartment that I live in, and they come in, it's going to feel different. And they're going to be looking around and trying to gather their thoughts. Well, where's all of mom's stuff? Where's all of whoever I am to whoever? Where's the stuff? Well, the people in my life, they know where I have everything. So what I've done for my family is I have a box here now. And the next thing, my next move is I want to get a fire retardant box because I hadn't thought about it since somebody told me that. Say, you should have a fire retardant box. But get a fire retardant box. And I have my urn, because with your plan, you get your urn. It's just part of the plan because they don't want you to have to shop while you're grieving. So I have my urn, I have this book that I'm talking about, I have my military paperwork, insurance type stuff, anything that's related to my death, I'm going to have all in that box for my family. Everybody knows where the box is, and they understand that when the time comes, that's where they need to look for what's important. I'm not the most organized person, and therefore this is the one thing that I am so proud of myself for having prepared. And I will always have it prepared because I've made the decision to make this easy for not just them, but for myself. So like I said, I have one box where everything that's going to be needed regarding my death is going to be kept in that box. And the only difference right now is I just need to get a fire retardant box so that if, God forbid, something happens as far as a fire or flooding, that information is safe, okay? So I hope that I've covered everything, and I hope that this makes sense to you. Yeah, it's the beginning of the year. Get your stuff together. Sit down, look at what it is that you have, make a list of the things that you do want to add to your list. And if you don't have a pre-need plan wherever you are, make sure that you make that part of something that you want to get as well. Most pre-need plans, just like the one that I provide for folks, has, you know, payment plan options. But the neat thing about it, as opposed to life insurance, is that once you pay it off, it's done. There is no money that's going to be allocated to anyone from a pre-need plan. It's not about the money for a pre-need plan. It's about taking care of the body. Okay. So sometimes people need to wait a minute for life insurance to pay out. And that can put you in a bad situation if you don't have some sort of plan in place. Now everybody's got to, you got to wait. You got to figure out a way to get money fast. If you don't have a plan already, while you're waiting on life insurance to pay out. or access to funds and stuff like that. So a pre-need plan just makes it easier. So just look into it wherever you are. Like I said, if you're in California, reach out to me and I'm more than happy to help you in any way that I can. I am cremation only. That's why I'm calling myself the cremation lady. Now that's all I have for you today. I will come back again with another video and share something else that I think is important for you to learn about. And for those of you that are just finding me, thank you so much. When you leave comments and, you know, even if it's just saying, hey, this was important information, thank you. Thank you so much, because that inspires me to want to keep going. So often in life, I feel like I'm just talking to brick walls everywhere. Like people will see information. I can see that it says they saw it, but they ain't said nothing. So thank you for taking a moment to engage with me. Blessings to you. Have an amazing 2025 and come back and see me for the next time. And please subscribe, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you. Ciao for now.